Hello students, we will start with the next chapter, that is substances in daily use. Now in this chapter we will be studying about the various substances which we see in our day-to-day life, and in fact we use them in our day-to-day life. We will see that how these substances are and of what they are made of. Now we all know that substances are made up of very small particles, and when these small particles they combine together, they form the substance. Now objects are made up of substances. Now here in this picture, if you will see, there are different objects which are there. Now all these objects are made up of various substances. Now children, if you will look at these pictures, you will find that there are objects. There is a chair, there is a table, and there is a cupboard. Now objects, they have a specific shape and they have their shape of their own. Their parts have specific arrangement by which we identify them. Now why are we able to identify that this is a chair? Because it has a specific shape and the parts have specific arrangement. Same goes with table and the same goes with cupboard or any other object that you see. So same substances or materials can be used to make many objects. Now here if you will see, table and chair are made up of wood. Wood is same substance. But cupboard is made up of iron. Iron is a different substance. Now chairs are also made up of iron. So same substances or materials can be used to make so many different objects. Do look around you and try to find the objects which are made up of similar substances. Now children, you can select the substance depending on the properties of the substance. For example, if you have to make a tawa, then what substance we will use? We will use an iron, because iron is a good conductor of heat and it will be better if we make a tawa with iron. But you can't use plastic to make a tawa, right? So that is why the substances that we use in our daily life, they depend on the properties of the substance. We can select substance suitable for our purpose. So according to what we want to make, we can select our own substance of what we have to make that particular object. Now substances that we use every day. So these substances, they are of two main kinds. Substances can be either natural substances or man-made substances. Now natural substances which occur directly in the nature and we use it directly. Then man-made substances, that is, which we have made, we modify them and then we made according to our use or our choice. So these are the two types of substances, that is natural substances and man-made substances. First, let us know about the natural substances. Now children, substances which are directly available in the nature. As we get it from the nature, we call it as the natural substances. Now, the substances, they are grouped into two types, that is biotic substances and abiotic substances. Now, substances obtained from living thing are called as the biotic substances. Now, which substances can be obtained from living thing? For example, the tree, wood, all these substances are get from the living things. So that is why these are called as the biotic substances. Next are the abiotic substances. Abiotic substances like air, water, soil, these are obtained from the nature, but they are not living. That is why they are called as the abiotic substances. So I hope you have understood that what is biotic substance and abiotic substance. Biotic is related to living and abiotic is related to non-living. So we saw what are biotic and abiotic substances. Now, in natural substances, we have another two substance, that is substances which are plant origin and substances which are animal origin. Now, for example, leather and wool are obtained from animals. So that is why as they are obtained from animals, they are called as the animal origin substances. While jute and cotton are substances which are obtained from plants. So these are called as the plant origin substances. So in natural substances, we have biotic and abiotic substances, and we also have plant origin and animal origin substances. Next is man-made substances. Now, these substances are made by us. Now, we have made these substances to make our life more comfortable. We use chair, table, cushions, all these things to make our life more easy for us. Most of these substances are obtained from the natural substance, but we have modified them. We have changed their form and we have used it according to our use. So these substances, that is, which are newly produced by processing of naturally available substances, are called as the man-made substances. These are produced from the natural substance only, but as we have modified them, we have changed their structure, we have given shape to them, we have changed its properties. That is why it is called as the man-made substances, as we have changed all of these things to our comfortability. Now children, if we will see, in olden days, the natural substance were readily used and people used to use those substances only, right? The people used to write on the bark of the stem. They were also using iris or capes which were made up of grass or sackcloth, and these were used for protection from the rain. But nowadays we have modified things and we use umbrella, we use different types of raincoat, and we even use waterproof school bags and all, so that we can protect ourselves from the rain. We have also modified so many things. We have also made like different materials like TV sets, refrigerator, thermocol. These are nowadays used, but earlier days people used to use grasses, and they used to pack things in the grass and leaves. All these things were used, but these days we have modified things and we use cartoons and thermocols in packing. So there has been so many changes that occurred because of the technology. Man is enhancing, people are making new inventions day by day, and because of all of these our life has become much more comfortable. Now, if we have to make a particular type of substance, for example, you have to make glass. Then we heat sand and calcium carbonate together. Now, once the glass is formed, you cannot obtain sand and calcium carbonate from the glass. So these are called as the irreversible changes. Another example is of green chilies. Now, due to some chemical reaction, after some time, you must have also seen that the green chilies turn into red. Now, this is because of the chemical reaction in it. Now, once the green chili turns red, you cannot make the red chili back to green. Why? Because it is a permanent change. So these changes are called as the irreversible changes. These changes are in the properties and they are permanent and called as what? Irreversible changes. From these changes, you cannot obtain the original constituent substance, and that is why these are the permanent changes.